Pallavi broke this story on CNN News 18 yesterday that the Department of Telecommunications has sent a notice to all mobile handset owners that if you own a handset, you will have to install that app at the stage of starting your phone. Pallavi?
Yeah, so basically it's like an Aadhaar card of the mobile phones. All of us have it. This is the IMEI number. That's the unique identity number. So if your phone is stolen, or you lose it, that's the number which you can use to track it down. Now, what the government is worried about, and especially the Red Fort blast and all of those things, what they're worried about is, one, the cyber security angle. The second is national security angle. In many countries, especially in India also, 3-tier towns, small villages, many of us also, we use second-hand phones. They feel it's difficult to track down who's using the phone.
Delete that EMI number first.
So they don't want that to happen. So they don't want that to happen.
Because you have this app.
Yeah,
so
now you have that app. Yes,
people can
absolutely. So now you have that app, you cannot delete it. So now all of us will have to take this app. Now, those of us who already have bought a mobile phones, and we have to download it, or rather our manufacturers will push it into our mobile handsets. The new ones within 90 days will certainly have to do this, and this is where the opposition parties are crowning foul. Big Brother, Pegasus Plus Plus, Pegasus 2.0, but the government is saying no, this is only to ensure your national security.
Yeah, in fact, that's the breaking news that we have. This is what government sources are telling Pallavi Ghosh. This is the information. After opposition is calling it Pegasus Plus, government sources revealed to CNN News 18 that this step is important for cyber and national security, as well as avoid duplication of unique identity IMEI. So they are citing national security, especially in light of what has happened at Red Fort. There is a new worry that Red Fort type modules might be using encrypted signals, encrypted platforms, phones which have been compromised, phones which are out of the national security loop. So Pallavi, that's the worry in government. Whatever the opposition's criticism, this is why the government is justifying it?
Yes, absolutely. And I think let's see how it plays out, because so far no notices have been given inside the parliament on this issue. And that is because they want to keep the focus on SIR. But the government is worried. There are lots of stories about digital arrest, your cyber security and all of that. All of this is something which the government is saying that we need to now make it easy through this app to track down. You have no choice. But the problem over here, what is happening is, and could happen is, for example, Apple. Yeah. Apple is always against any third party, kind of embedment of any kind of an app or thing. How will they resist it?
Well, it's a big question. How will Apple agree to install an app in their new phones?
Apple is this, right?
Exactly. That you can't track anything through Apple.
Tehseen Poonawalla put it out that what are the permissions that this app is seeking? You're seeking permission to track the SMS. You're seeking permission to track your microphone, your camera, except for location. Every other thing, even your gallery. So then that's a security concern.
Already there are so many concerns over there are so many concerns over privacy as well, existing. I think also one point is there that if we already have the phone and we are supposed to, what if I don't update the app? Will government come and check my phone whether I've updated the app or not? Will they shut your phone down?
What they told the manufacturers is that you put it into such a way that we don't have an option of not updating it. It's going to be automatic. Like very often Apple case, some of their their apps and all of that becomes automatically updated.
But a big question is that have the stakeholders been consulted before such an order has been taken out?
This is something Supreme Court has upheld.
But still, Arunima, we have few phones beside iPhone which has certain apps which you can't delete, like MI, Vivo.
So they may. And this also is the thing.
These phones have certain apps which you can't.
So even this, you are not going to be.
They may call it something else,
but you will not be able to delete. So then imagine.
Clearly, the opposition.
No, those apps.
Yeah.
MI, Oppo have certain apps which you can't delete. They say it's a software something here and there, but
no, I think
have the access of it.
The privacy versus security debate is how this will be framed, and my guess is it will ultimately be in the Supreme Court, High Court arena for them to decide. But here in the winter session of the Parliament, do you see this dominating the next few days? Even Karti Chidambaram has tweeted.
Champions of privacy, I think Priyanka Chaturvedi, Karti Chidambaram, Aditya Thackeray have already come out and made very strong statements. In fact, KC Venugopal from the Congress party has put out the Congress point of view, also calling it a snooping and a Pegasus 2.0. So I think the opposition certainly is not on the board with this idea. And as I said, have adequate consultations been done? Have the stakeholders been consulted before this? I don't know. So far, what we have is an order from the Ministry of Communications. We'll have to wait and see what the minister, maybe Jyotiraditya Scindia, has to say on this, because there's so much pushback to this exercise. And I think Jyotiraditya Scindia, I remember him doing many press conferences on the success of this particular app. He in fact has said that through this app, we have been able to stop so many frauds. We have been able to eliminate fake numbers, which were in existence. So this app has been a big success for the government so far. But this particular step to mandatorily install it in every phone through the manufacturer or through the consumer who already has a phone, I think will raise many question marks, and let's see what the government has to say in that
And
aspect.
also, there is no choice that is being given. I mean, it's correct that a lot of senior citizens are falling prey to digital arrest and cyber scam. You could have given them the choice that this is one thing that can protect you. But by making it compulsory, are you violating that privacy concern that people have?
We have to see that, Arunima, but the fact here is that we have people who have actually suffered through these digital scams, and probably that could be the reasoning behind this decision of the government, because there are multiple calls which people receive these days, and that is happening because of these SIM cards, and you have the second-hand mobile phones where you change the IMEI number and there is no details of those things. And sometimes what happens that you have given your documents to various places. You don't know that somebody else would have taken number under your documents. Through this app, you would also be able to know how many numbers are running under your name, under your identity. So there are various features. Of course, we'll have to see what exactly
justification would be the Red Fort Plus. That is tracking down the IMEI number. Like people, like you said, deleting. Some people deleted. That is what they want to avoid.
There are so many scams, Pallavi, which is happening. People are calling and saying that I'm calling from this place, and money is being looted. We don't.
No, let me play the devil's advocate here. Let me play the devil's advocate here. There is a register, do not disturb register, which is supposed to. That's what. Which is supposed to stop me from pesky calls. That do not delete, do not disturb register is something that the government only initiated. Does it work? No. Even if I block numbers, there'll be 10, 20 calls. I mean, if this is the way that the government is proceeding to stop people from pesky and harassing calls, the first step itself has not worked, and now you're going a step further.
To be fair, I think we should give Mr. Jyotiradityya Scindia a chance also to explain, because there are two sides to it. When it comes to national security, I think many people will think, fine. I mean, let's understand the nuances of the app. There's a Sanchar Saathi app, whether how much of it can help track down. No one wants another blast, right? So that's what the government is going to say. That national security is supreme. Let's not compromise.
Yeah, but again, security versus privacy is, I think, how the opposition is framing it. Right?
Absolutely. I think privacy is also a very important point, and let's see, because as I said, consultation with stakeholders is extremely important. Have the leading mobile manufacturers, Apple, Samsung, have they been consulted?
But he has been meeting. I mean, the ministry officials have been meeting the manufacturers, the stakeholders. On a hindsight, I think it could have been possibly about this.
But what, Pallavi, did you get an input that immediately after Red Fort blast, the accelerator was pressed?
The release, the app is already running.
No, after Red Fort, did they press on the accelerator?
Now they've made it mandatory. They released it yesterday also. They re-released it. These things are being updated. And now the manufacturers, essentially it's more notification from the manufacturers that you have to get going. You have to ensure that this app is inbuilt in the new mobile phone.
And you have to give a compliance report also.
Yes, within 120 days, compliance report, within 90 days. So I think Arun is going to buy a new phone, and so is Aman, and they are going to have the Sanchar Saathi.
No, we have Apple, so we don't know if Apple is going to agree or not. First, that is $1 million question.
You've seen this, be it Apple or be it X, all these platforms which are based outside of the country, they have to have had compliance because of the law of the land. But they have gone to the court and said that they're not happy doing it. So that's my suspicion, that opposition might, so far no notice as yet, but opposition might do halla gulla here, but ultimately it will be in the judiciary where this matter could be decided. That's what I feel.
Because right now probably they do not want to shift focus away from SIR.
That's why since morning,
they're not really.
So no notices have been given on this issue at all.
Also, maybe they may want some more clarification from the government side. Once that's out, then.
And today is a protest. There is the big protest which is taking place at 10:30 a.m. So I think every opposition party certainly wouldn't want that diversion.
Yes.
For all you know, that BJP would want the attention to be diverted, but BJP is very fixed on a path.
And all of us are wanting to rush in. Pallavi, Aman are already, half up from their chair because that protest is about to begin and they have to go cover that as well. All of us will get you inside details from the parliament. Pallavi, Aman, Payal and I will be inside. Arun Thanta will be keeping an eye here from what is really happening. But we will keep you abreast about all developments from the Parliament House.